All right, Mr. John, anything fun happened this week?
Let's see. I started playing Arson again. That was cool and really difficult. But I gotta say, in hindsight, I really love that combat system. I'm glad they kept that, throughout the series.
Mm-hmm.
Finished Twin Peaks for like the 15th time,
Okay.
and it's a book at a time.
Go ahead. I'll interject in a second.
No, that was it. That was the capstone there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Twin Peaks is good. I mean, the original seasons are good. I know there's mixed opinions about the new seasons, but I do know that the original series it's a very acquired taste, but it's still really good. What I was going to say is it's funny that you said that because Josh has been playing Deadly Premonition here and there, and so I thought you were doing a meme, and like you were going to mention that, but I realized you're not the one playing Deadly Premonition, so you actually checked out Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
So there's
Good
that.
stuff.
Yeah. So you just like classic Twin Peaks, like just the original series?
Yeah, just the first two seasons. I mean, I want to see season 3, but I think you have to have like Showtime on Hulu or
Showtime, yeah. So.
And then there's also a movie.
Oh yeah, there's a movie.
Yeah.
What's up?
There's the movie Fire Walk with Me.
Oh yeah, with Fire Walk with Me. I don't think I've actually seen that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's that. So that might hold you over if you can watch that. Mallory, you do anything fun and interesting lately?
Well, I played VR yesterday with my sister. She got the Oculus
Quest or the
Rift.
Oh, the actual Rift. Oh,
The
okay,
Rift.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
She got the
So we played Beat Saber.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not very good at it. I found that out.
You're right.
It's really fun to play, but like you have different songs have different things you have to do. Like you have to like move out of the way of like a wall, and you have to like squat down a lot. So that was fun. We tried out VR chat, which is like a world where you go and you talk to other people.
Like Second Life?
Which was kind of cool. Huh?
I like Second Life, or?
Kind of, but you're just like, you're in this room, and you can go to like other portals, and you just talk to a bunch of people online. Which was kind of weird because, like, I don't know those people.
Right.
So we tried that. I got stuck in this room that I didn't know how to get out of, which was weird. And plus, like, you can change your avatar in there. So I was walking around with, like, a skull mask and a hoodie, which was pretty cool.
So edgy.
Yeah.
So
and then we played Richie's plank experience, where you stand on a plank, and there's a few things that you can, like objects you can put on the plank, and my nephew is scared of bugs, and I didn't know there was one with bugs on it, so he like tried to run away with the headset on.
Oh god.
And you could, like, because it's still linked to the computer,
yeah.
Like, he eventually, like, ran out of space. So that was fun. And then, I'm trying to think, I finished Avatar, the Airbender.
Oh, okay.
I saw it as a kid, and I decided to rewatch it, and now as an adult, I started thinking even more about it. It really relates to life, and there's a lot of lessons in there, so I thought that was really cool.
Oh, there you go. Anything
That's
else?
all I've been up to.
All right, Mr. Josh.
Not really.
Daily Switch rotation of Animal Crossing, Deadly Premonition, and Hatsune Miku.
What part are you, unless there's like a major spoiler or something, because you're probably going to start getting to those parts.
Yeah.
What part of Deadly Premonition are you at right now?
Gosh, just got done. It's the little part after you inspect the body.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so hospital, then about to leave. I forgot where we had to head to next. But yeah, I just kind of play in like small little spurts.
Yeah.
So yeah, still really early in the game though. Messing around with Ableton some more, and if time permits, hopefully we'll try to check out some of the MK11 DLC later.
Nice. That's good. Oh, right, I'm the one left. I was gonna say, who the fuck is next?
Now
Oh, yeah, now it's my turn. I didn't really have much come on. I've just been fucking around with changing shit on my car and, messing around with that, so that's always fun. But that's pretty much it. I haven't really been playing games, so I haven't been posting any videos, which sucks, but, I mean, what can I do? I mean, I haven't been playing... There's nothing to make a video about. I haven't been playing games. It's kind of like a product of the lack of, activity. I have been messing around with my DJ equipment more, so that's been fun. Nowhere near comfortable enough where I'm like ready to stream yet. I still have like lulls or mistakes that I make still, where I'm fucking putting up the wrong channel or doing whatever. So other than that, I'm still just practicing a bit till I'm comfortable with that. But speaking of an event that would be, this isn't a sponsor of ours. It's just wanted to plug it for the homies. This will be when this episode drops. It'll be out later tonight after you guys hear this, or if you guys listen to this a day late, you'll have already missed it, but you can probably watch a replay or whatever. But there's a digital event going on called FutureCon. It's going to be, as you can imagine, an online convention, which can only work so much. I know there's going to be people that are there, critics of their opinions on how well that'll actually work, but it is what it is. It's going to have, different events and stuff like that, like it would at a convention, just all online, because that's what responsible people are going to do instead of doing an actual convention or we're going to a bar like some stupid people have been doing. It's sponsored by Active Minds, which is charity for your mental health. Akon convention, not the guy. Crunchyroll, heavy metal company that does heavy metal magazine. Momocon, Razer, and of course the homies at Senpai Squad, as well as YouTube Music. So they're the ones who are throwing this together. It's going to be hosted by Wenji, who's a YouTube personality, musician, big part of doing a lot of stuff in the Asian entertainment community, so that's really cool. They're going to have a digital cosplay showcase, which is going to have the founder of Senpai Squad, who hasn't cosplayed like pretty much ever. He's been going to cons for over a decade now and has never cosplayed before, so he's going to be taking his first whack at that, which will be interesting. I saw the preview photos. They look really cool, so, it's Kim, what is it, Wen? How do you say that name, the NG? It's Wen, right? Like,
I think it's Wen.
I heard it's Wen. Yeah, so anyways, Kim Wen's going to be there, again, founder of Senpai Squad. Monster Po is going to be there, Stella Chu, Vivid Vision, a lot of awesome cosplayers going to be showing off their stuff that they've been working on. They're obviously going to be able to do some stuff through a digital medium, probably a little bit easier than doing it in person, so who knows if there's going to be any kind of cool effects or videos or anything like that. Oh, fuck, I left the fan on, so hopefully that hasn't been droning too much in the background. I'm going to fucking turn that shit off now. In the middle of this plug. But yeah, there's also going to be performances by the K-pop group Ace is going to be there. They're going to be performing for that. Alexa, haha, not the assistant, because you're so clever if you were going to say that. M-Flow, and then Wenji herself, as well as a lot of other musicians. So it's really cool. It's a non-profit charity event. The event itself is going to be free. You can just watch the stream for free. However, all donations and anything that you do purchase related to the event will be going to the COVID-19 Solidarity Fund for the World Health Organization. So do support that, because fuck Trump. And if you do say and think about how Trump sucks, you will support this event. So you'll be there. But you should definitely check it out. That's going to be going on tomorrow night at 7 p.m., I believe, Central Standard Time. A lot of the talents from the Midwest, so there's that. So that'll be that. Other than that, where can everybody find you, Mr. Josh, on the internets?
Twitter, Instagram, Twitch at Joshiro Joestar, YouTube Shiro Play 5.
All right, Mr. John?
At Evil Dead Guy on Twitter or _ Evil Dead Guy on Instagram.
All right, Mallory?
And you can find me on Instagram. It's awesome_Mally.
All right, and you can find all of my stuff at ZDRocker at all the places, SlimAsianEntertainment.com and DisconnectedCast.com. There's that. First up on the docket, we have Silent Shill coming up. We have Dead by Daylight, Pyramid Head's going to be added to the game for some dumbass fucking reason, and here's why I'm upset about it. I know, a lot of you Silent Hill marks out there are like, but the Pyramid Head though, here's the problem. Konami doesn't give a fuck about Silent Hill. This is just an easy cash grab, and why the fuck, if they really wanted to please the Silent Hill fans, why the fuck would you not just release the next game? Instead of a cameo in the shitty game by Pyramid Head, like, it's just weird. First of all, Dead by Daylight is just an inferior Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th is just the better game between the two. Dead by Daylight has a lot of clunky issues. The fact that the developers can't even reveal stuff without spoiling it themselves, etc., etc. But yeah, I mean, Pyramid Head's going to be the Silent Hill 2 design, so at least it's cool. It's not like they're doing something cringy from like one of the movies or something dumb like that. You can try it now on PTR at time of recording, so if you're on there, you can go ahead and test that out. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know if any of you guys really even play Dead by Daylight beyond just a few minutes, but are any of you guys like excited for Pyramid Head being added to the group?
Yeah, I think it's neat.
Eh.
I haven't played it in a really long time, but I've had fun playing it with friends.
Do you think my mentality, though, of this just being a quick cash grab as opposed to just doing a proper Silent Hill game is...
I mean, it's Konami.
Yes.
I honestly don't think there's ever going to be another
Yes.
proper Silent Hill game anymore.
Which is why I don't think something like this is a fair thing to release. Because, again, at this point, you're just... You know, you're getting paid out by the Dead by Daylight guys, so at this point it is, again, you're just... It's no different than a pachinko machine or anything like that, where you're just selling the license to make, you know, shitty, bad money instead of... You know, Capcom had their years of being a shitty company, but they've obviously come back from that, you know, since probably 2018, so at least Capcom had a revival, but with moves like this, I don't see Konami coming back from the dead in terms of just... having once been that respectable company back in the day of, you know, releasing some good Silent Hill games. So, I don't know. I just think it sucks that they're just going for such a transparent, you know, why is everyone... This is why I really need to move into a neighborhood of nothing but old people, just because, like, the problem with living around people younger than you is just everyone's being loud all the time. I understand that. I'm past the age where I think... being loud at a restaurant, like, you'll probably experience this. It's typically anime fans that you'll see at a restaurant where you have the one white girl with like the straps and shit all over herself, and she's trying to be loud. You know, she wants everyone in the restaurant to hear her joke, where she's saying some cringy shit like, "I know, right? That's what I put the tampon on," or, you know, everyone experienced that, where someone's just being really loud and they think everyone thinks they're going to be funny because everyone in the restaurant hears it. But what everyone else is thinking is something I can't say anymore because it's 2020 and we shouldn't be saying that on a recording. But it's just fuck the youth. That's all I'm saying. But anyways, what the fuck was I saying? Oh yeah, Silent Hill. I don't know. I'm just really upset with the fact that Capcom did this for a while, where you were seeing like several IPs appear in other games, but they wouldn't release a proper game for that character. But at least they're past that now. I just don't see Konami coming back anytime soon from their watery grave, so we'll see. But I don't know. Mallory, did you have any input? Did you want to say anything about Dead by Daylight or Silent Hill?
Just give me Silent Hill. Just give me Silent Hill already. Like, I don't want to buy another game to get Pyramid Head. I just want Silent Hill back. Like, it kind of frustrates me that they're willing to put him in a cameo. Like you said, it's just a cash grab thing, and that's kind of frustrating because for people like me who have been waiting for a new Silent Hill or like a reboot or anything, remake, a port, it just kind of sucks. Like,
yeah, I mean, that's true.
So you're teasing us.
Yeah, even a port of like the classic game, say up to like, you know, 1, 2, and 3 on Switch or something like that, would be a more respectable move than this. And I just think that any Silent Hill fan, I mean, you're allowed to support this. This is just my opinion, but I feel like if you really want to stick it to Konami and just kind of show them like, no, fuck you, we see you, you would not buy Pyramid Head or get this DLC. But I know some people are just thirsty and starved for it, so I guess they're going to. But I just feel like that'd be a big middle finger to them if they could not buy it.
If I had the game, I still probably wouldn't buy it.
There you go.
Just because it's just teasing me at this point. It's not even like a real thing. It's just dumb.
Yeah, pretty much. Skatebird, the game that was going to come out on... I know it's coming out on Switch, because that's where I saw the trailer from. I don't know if it's coming out on other platforms, but that game, which was coming out slated late 2020, has unfortunately been pushed back into 2021, assuming probably due to COVID-ness. Maybe the devs haven't been able to work together. For those who don't know what Skatebird is, it was basically going to be a Tony Hawk-like game. This is a genre that exists now, Tony Hawk likes. And it was a game that was slated to come out. It's partially humorous, but it did look like it took the classic Tony Hawk formula. So despite having a funny aesthetic and concept, it seemed like it might have actually been good. But we will now have to wait a bit longer I think one thing that's detrimental to Skatebird's well-being as a game is the fact that people were hyped for it because of the cute aesthetic and the fact that there was no classic Tony Hawk style game in a long time. But now pushing it into 2021 will allow Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 Remastered to come out before it, which may hurt it because the point of it was to kind of, do what now Tony Hawk 1 and 2 Remastered is going to do.
Fill that void in a market that doesn't exist.
Exactly. And now that it may not be a void anymore, I hope that doesn't hurt them because it did look like an awesome game. So hopefully people will still support it. Maybe this being able to play classic Tony Hawk again will make people want more stuff like that. So we'll hope. Guinness Book of World Records, their channel had accidentally, I believe them because YouTube's algorithm sucks. There's people who still have their doubts, but their channel was content claiming a bunch of people's world record videos that they posted on their personal channels, which they have the right to as the record holders, and other channels that do stuff regarding Guinness Book of World Record stuff. So the YouTube's shitty system just started content IDing everything. They've since resolved everything as of time of recording, and everything's been reversed, and people's channels are back up. Everything's monetized, and everything again that was monetized. But yeah, no, this is just a problem that's been. It's been an issue with YouTube for years, but just seems to be getting perpetually worse in a post-apocalyptic world where they've probably turned up the parameters on what to filter even more. I do believe it has its place, but it doesn't seem to be... Like, the idea of itself is right, but it seems to be doing it in the wrong ways, right? So you have stuff where it's taking down people who are posting content that shows them setting the world record that's in the Guinness Book of World Records, yet it won't take down homophobic, pro-Nazi, or anti-black speech stuff. You know what I mean? It's like, where's the algorithm when it comes to taking down stuff that's actually a negative thing and not just, oh, you copied the other person, which is what the algorithm thinks that they did.
YouTube loves Nazis. Give them that money.
Yeah, exactly. It's basically just confirms that the fact that, again, guys, YouTube loves Nazis. That's a fact. You guys heard it here on Disconnected Cast. Yep. This is a fact. So
YouTube loves Nazis. They hate the LGBTQ.
Yep, they do.
Like, YouTube's pretty shitty.
Yeah, they are. They are pretty bad. Speaking of pretty bad, Call of Duty's announced the latest entry in their plethora of trash. It's going to be called Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Because, and, they're going to do it. It's just kind of funny how Call of Duty went from, like, they've never had amazing naming conventions, but you could at least tell the series apart, you know what I mean? When you knew Modern Warfare from the standard series, then you knew the World War stuff and whatever, but now it's just getting all jumbled up where they had Modern Warfare, Advanced Warfighter, Modern Warfare 2 Remastered, which is technically the title of that game. Now, of course, most people just call it Modern Warfare 2 Remastered, but because it's running on the same engine and is technically a sub-port of Advanced Warfare, technically it should be called Call of Duty Modern Warfare Advanced Warfighter Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 is technically Remastered is what that game's technically called. So they just ran out of ideas and they just can't be fucked to try to fix it. It's just weird. Like, to me, it's like this just shows the fact that if you guys are going to keep releasing these games, you guys just don't even know what to call it anymore. I mean, the latest Call of Duty games. I mean, Call of Duty in general. Let me roll that back a bit. Has never really released an awful game. It's just the same shit over and over again, which I know it's kind of like the Porsche and BMW concept of if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But at the same time, it's one of those things where you could at least try by, like, naming conventions. Or even if you can't be fucked to do a naming, like, stop doing it where it's just getting really confusing now. Just make these the new lines. Have Advanced Warfare and Modern Warfighter, whatever the fuck they're called, or Ghosts or whatever. Just do that. Ghost 2, Ghost 3, Advanced Warfighter Fighter 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. Just do that at least. Because at least when you're doing that and not being creative, you're not confusing people on which one it is, right? It's kind of why a lot of people are giving Xbox flack for calling it the Xbox Series X, because people aren't... It's the Wii U problem of if you're, Karen Schmo Karen at the store and you're buying your son a console, you might not know which one to buy when you see Xbox One, Xbox One X, Xbox One Series X all on the shelf together. And from what I've experienced, at least at places like Best Buy and Target, when they don't know what the fuck they're talking about in those departments, they might not be able to help you either. Because I've talked to a lot of stupid Best Buy and Target employees who have no idea what the fuck I'm looking for the latest Pokemon game. Oh, Pokemon. And they'll pull up like X and Y or some shit off the shelf, and they'll be like, oh, this one? And I'm like, this one?
Mm-hmm.
That game that fucking came out fucking years... This one? I go, what the fuck? You work? This is the one department you have to work. Like, it's not like you have to run the whole store and you just happen to get sidestepped and you were just like, oh, now I gotta help this guy and I don't know anything about games. Like, this is your department. Like fucking Best Buy has a specific, like, electronics department. That's all that shit they gotta know, and they're still having problems like that. But anyways, yeah, it's just one of those things where naming conventions like that do not help at all. But you know what? I guess as long as they keep... Well, you know what? They haven't been selling gangbuster numbers. Going to another tangent, that's the thing. I feel like these bad naming, like Call of Duty sales, despite being huge still, have been going down for like the last like 5 or 6 years now. Like they haven't outsold a Call of Duty game, because it used to be a perpetual upwards motion for Call of Duty games, but they've been going down so much, and I'm sure stuff like Fortnite and what's the good one? Apex Legends. Games like that, despite being different, probably because you have more shoot bang options, I feel like that's also what's hurting them. Especially because those games are free, obviously, so that also doesn't help. It's like buy a $60 COD game, or maybe just play more Apex.
And then just, oh, look at these microtransactions, though.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, the last Call of Duty game I really gave a shit about was probably Modern Warfare. That's probably the last one I really did enjoy, actually. That was a good game back in the...
For me, it was Modern Warfare 2.
Modern Warfare 2? So,
yeah.
Mal, John, any Call of Duty history for y'all?
I like Modern Warfare 2. I didn't hate Ghosts. I thought it was pretty, fun, gameplay-wise.
You were the 1%.
Going to what you were saying about, like, Advanced Warfighter, how they kind of try to implement, like, platforming stuff. Mm-hmm. I think it'd be cool if they expanded on that. Like, had a platformer shooter kind of game.
Right, the idea was all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
But that's my Call of Duty.
Mallory?
I used to play a lot of Call of Duty. I really loved the first Black Ops, or World War II. No, was it? It was based on World War II. I really liked that one, and then, I love the zombies in it, but I kind of fell off when they started the exo suits and the ridiculous jumping.
Oh, so basically
I didn't like that
the counterpoint of John.
Huh?
Basically the opposite of John.
Yeah. That stuff frustrated me. I think the very last one I played was Call of Duty World War II that came out a couple of years ago. Mm-hmm. And I play with my brother every once in a while, but I haven't bought one in forever. Oh. I'm kind of interested to see Cold War just because they probably have zombies.
That just seems to be the selling point at this point. Not to take away from your point, because you kind of just mentioned it, but that's the thing. Call of Duty Zombies seems to be more of a selling point than the actual Call of Duty franchise itself nowadays. Now, of course, you have Warzone, and then it was originally called Blackout, I believe, in the game prior to that. But that was just the PUBG Fortnite formula that they used. So it just seems like either zombies or PUBG likes are like the only way to go now for them, but they don't want to kind of just like go all in on that. They still have to give you the boring campaign with it and charge you $60, where zombies and even if you wanted to sell them separately, because those are two different scenes, even zombies and their PUBG like Warzone could probably sell as two $30 games. I know, I'm being reasonable and trying to like tell CEOs why not to pump as much trash down the pipeline as possible. But I'm just saying, like, in a, like, ideally though, with the way these games are, they're not. It's not that they don't have bad products. They have good sections. So if you sold it a la carte to people, I feel like a lot of people would be into that. Like Mallory would be buying, her zombies, and then people who are into Warzone would be buying that. I think, or it's free right now, so I guess there's no product really to buy there per se. Right. But yeah. Gears of War 3 was seen recently running on PS3 hardware. There were people that were kind of like, what the fuck about that? Epic Games, that trusted company, Epic Games, says it was an internal test, there's nothing to look into, etc., etc. Here's what I think it really is. I think someone leaked it, they did done goof, and what I think is, because Josh and I were actually just talking about this last night because we were watching an RDC World video that kind of like joked at it, but Gears of War honestly just hasn't really been given as, like, it carried the Xbox for a while when Halo was kind of going this downward slope, and Microsoft just kind of doesn't seem to really pump as much money into Gears anymore, despite the fact that it kind of floated the console for a while. Yeah. So what I think that was probably Epic Games getting a little annoyed by that and being like, well, maybe if Microsoft breaks their contract exclusivity with us, we could go to PlayStation as well. I think that's what that was. If I had to guess, if I had to wager my 2 cents on what that looked like, it looked like they were testing it on PS3 hardware. Yes, it was an internal test, but I think that there was a reason behind the internal test, despite what Epic Games is kind of saying.
PS5 or 3?
3.
Really?
When Gears 3 came out.
Yeah. Oh, way back when.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, before Gears of 3 launched, there's a leaked video of a build running on PS3 hardware. So.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's what it was, especially during that time when Gears Future sent kind of... To be fair, Gears 3 really wasn't that good, but with an unknown future because of Microsoft, I could see them being like, just in case, let's see how our kit runs on PS3. Because, as everyone knows, PS3 and Xbox 360, even to now, even Xbox versus PlayStation, apparently the inner machinations of the system do run pretty differently, is why it takes a while to release versions of games.
Yeah, I remember reading back in the day that one problem with PS3 was that developers had to work harder for PS3 ports because the coding was different. Much different. Yeah, so some developers didn't really like developing for the PS3, and they would rather focus more on the 360, which probably also factors into why a lot of ports on the PS3 were very spotty. Yep.
Skyrim, for example, is the one that comes to mind. I just remember playing Skyrim on PS3. I had it on 360, thank God, but I played it on PS, and it was awful. And on launch, it was missing all the music and was missing half the sound effects and voice lines. Like, it just shows you. And although it would be fair to blame Bethesda for why that's a thing, from what other devs are saying, it probably didn't help that the PS3 hardware was so hard to code for. I do know that Cliff Bleszinski was also known for stating that the Epic Engine games that did come out on PS3, he hated how spotty they looked because it made the Epic and the Unreal Engine look bad, and because of that, it didn't help that the hardware, again, which to your point was hard to do develop for. So everyone familiar with Skyrim Grandma? Everyone know the old lady that loves her Skyrims?
I've heard of her. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
She is currently on an indefinite hiatus because she's been bullied off of the internet, basically. A lot of people, just a bunch of toxic, bad comments in her YouTube channel, and it's just become too much for her. Internet bullying, obviously never a fun thing, but, she is taking her, own way and saying, like, I do need a break from this because it is too much. She, of course, she's been told by people, well, just shrug it off. Like, just don't pay attention to people like that. But like she says, when you read these really awful things about yourself, when celebrities do this, idols do this, whatever, and not everyone has as strong of a backbone as some people, you know what I mean? And even those with a strong backbone, if you constantly were to read, just every day, your voice is ugly, you're ugly, like, you look like shit, your content's bad, your audio sucks. If you read that hundreds, thousands of times a day on your channel, and then, like, you go through days, weeks of hearing that you're ugly, hearing that your voice is ugly, and stuff like that. Not that this is what they were telling you, by all means, I'm just making an example here. It obviously will catch up to you, regardless of what people say, especially those, those who say they're the toughest are usually the weakest, typically, and that's how that always ends up going. The edgelords and the hard asses are the most sensitive people on the internet, as we all see on, alt-right Twitter and stuff like that. But come on, man. She's like fucking like 90 years old or some shit like that. She's just trying to play her Skyrims, you know what I mean? She talked about how, prior to those kind of comments, she was always getting annoyed by backseat drivers and shit like that and otherwise, where she was basically like, people said they want to watch me play, I'm basically playing, and although I have an audience, I'm not really trying to appease this audience. People said they want to watch me stream, so I'm doing it, or I'm making these videos because I'm enjoying the game, because I'm playing the game, not so you can tell me how to play Skyrim, you know what I mean? Like,
it took me a while, but I had to find the tweet because I saw a tweet going around where she actually said that she was doing it for health reasons, but it wasn't as exaggerated, apparently.
I see. As some. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah. Though the article here, it says VG247. But yeah, But it does say here she apparently, like, if this is her actual account, but she apparently tweeted at VG247 stating, quote, "I don't know who you are or where you get your ideas from, but there was no onslaught of patronizing comments. But yes, I am scaling back my videos due to health. Most people on my channel are very nice. I do wish you would delete this so it would go away, but I don't know, like, the whole validity of that, but I have seen that going around on Twitter.
I don't know. My sources are Destructoid and Kotaku, so obviously they're also just journalist sites. Much more reputable than VG247.
Yes.
However, well, you know, what they could be... There's a possibility that it's not entirely true. It could be linking her reasons with the fact that there are a lot of malicious comments on her page.
Yeah.
That may not be what's pushing her away, but... Yeah, but... yeah, it's one of those things, though, where even if that is the case, there are still a lot of content creators who are subject to this, and it's one of those things where it's just not okay. She does have 829,000 subs, but an interesting thing that was pointed out is that she definitely has a dedicated feed. Now, you'll see this a lot. You'll see PewDiePie, for example, has like a fucking billion subs, but each video only has like 300,000 views, so you kind of wonder where the inflation of subs is from, where you're just like, where are your other your other 970,000 other subs, where the fuck are they? There are only 300,000 people watching your videos. Now I know someone's gonna get mad at me and be like, Pewds has like 1 million on most. My whole thing is, I see videos of his that barely have any views, so it's one of those things where I'm just like, what happened? What happened? Obviously, it's probably just a bad video like the rest of his videos. But anyways, the whole point is, Scrying Grandma has about 829,000 views, or 1,000 subs, but her videos usually only last, or garner about 4,000 to 5,000 views. So, you know, it's kind of, it just shows you how hard the content creator life and struggle is. You know what I mean? I could use us as an example. You know, you have some of our episodes which are in the hundreds of listens, but with like 0 comments or feedback at all. It kind of just shows you how many people are listening or watching, but to get engagement is really hard. It's why you'll have a video with like, you know, some of my videos have 6,000 plus views, but then have like 1,000 likes.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird how that, you know, it almost makes you wonder if the cringy endings that some YouTubers use, the more mainstream content creators use, does help. But at the same time, if I'm having to beg for fucking likes and subs, fuck that. I'm not into that.
So really quick, digging through the comments, really, because I did find somebody linked to the Kotaku one as well. So it does sound as though they source it from a blog of hers. So even though she did state that there were like mean comments, it sounds like at least in some of these articles, they're exaggerate, or like it's a bit of a hyperbole. Yeah. So she's like, so in that that quoted tweet,
that almost became an interesting word.
Yeah, where she says there was no onslaught of it. So even though she has received some, it's not as exaggerated as they're making it out to be. So
fair enough.
Yeah.
So there's that, guys. This is why you should listen to us, so you can find out the latest in what's for real, and you don't end up like Kotaku, Destructoid, or VG247. You heard it here. Disconnected Cast, a much more reliable source than those three. Let's see. No Man's Sky coming to Xbox Game Pass. So for those who've ever wanted to check out that game, it is good now. The part of the news that blew my mind, and I don't know if this is going to be, to me, this surprising. I don't know about you guys. No Man's Sky this August is going to be 4 years old already.
Wow.
I swear No Man's Sky sounds like a new game. I swear it sounds like a new game. I thought maybe at most a year or two old. But to put that into perspective, Anthem's already almost 2 years old, and Fallout 76 is also almost 2 years old. Or Anthem is 2 years old, and Fallout 76 is almost 2 years old already. So to put that into perspective, that kind of shows you how fucking time flies by. But yeah, for those who want to check it out, this June, so next month sometime, they haven't. I didn't see a date on it. No Man's Sky will be coming to Xbox Game Pass and Windows PC if you have the pass on there as well. Oh, it's the same pass. So if you play on PC, you can check it out there. No Man's Sky is really fun. It's fun now, anyways. It's really bad. Again, I love and hate the fact that No Man's Sky became good, because it does set that precedence that Fallout 76 and other games fell on, where they were just like, well, No Man's Sky was bad at first. Yeah. But I don't believe we'll ever see a good Anthem or a good Fallout 76. But, you know, that is the problem with setting precedences like that. Minecraft Dungeons openly dropped on all platforms at the time recording today. It's $19.99, but according to a lot of reviews, feels like a half-price game. Now, here's the thing. The fundamentals are there. The aesthetic's there. For those of you who don't know what Minecraft Dungeons is, it's Diablo with a Minecraft aesthetic, which is a cute idea. The problem is it's very bare bones and stripped down, and there's not much content. There's only so many levels. There's only so much gear. You know, especially with people who do have those Diablo ideas in mind, they wanted more from it. But at least the game isn't fundamentally broken, which means that they can release stuff. And as long as they don't release it as a shitty season pass or, you know, a la carte DLC, I think that I would like to see Minecraft Dungeons, you know, get drawn out a bit more, because the idea is pretty awesome. I mean, I do like Minecraft and I do like Diablo, so the idea of blending both together, the idea of expanding the Minecraft brand beyond what it is not inherently a bad idea. So I would like to see it get more content, but yeah. Have any of you guys like played the beta or seen anything from the game recently?
Negative.
Nada? Okay.
I saw...
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mel.
You saw?
Okay. I saw a little bit. I'm actually really excited. I mean, I've played Minecraft a lot with my nephews.
Mm-hmm.
I know both of them are excited to get it. So I'm like, since it's like a mix with Diablo, I'm super excited since I won't be buying Diablo 4.
Good person. Good. Suda51 recently mentioned, he's mentioned this before, but recently mentioned again how he would like to see more of his games come out on Switch. He did say that Silver Case, which is like an old-ass like PS2 game, but pretty awesome, good and cool investigation, spy thriller stuff, has already been in discussions for a while to get ported to Switch, so I don't know how far they are through that, but it has been at least discussed before. The game, of course, that he said he wants to see for sure on Switch is Killer is Dead, although he did say that is up to, who is it? Was it Capcom? What the fuck? I have it here somewhere. Anyways, he did say that it's up to the parent company, to obviously make that decision and kind of gauge how realistic of a port it is, because games are, again, you're porting it to more underpowered hardware, so it is a little bit harder to do, but it's been shown that it can be done before with stuff like Skyrim and, of course, Alien Isolation. So there are good ports out there. So we'll see. Hopefully he does, because I do love his games, along with Swery's games, but Swery's games are obviously coming out because Deadly Premonition is going to come out next month already, I think? It's almost out already. We talked about Wonderful 101 from Platinum coming out recently. I don't know, I'm just getting all my wishes to come true, so that's all cool, which is that. Did we talk about Doom and Denuvo on the last episode, or did that come out in between? We did, right?
We did mention it. I don't think we brought up how they pulled it now.
Yeah, that's the thing I was going to say, is since we discussed it last week, they have since pulled it, but it just kind of begs to wonder again, like, okay, like, exactly. Yeah. It's like, who in their right mind thought, you know what would be hype? Adding post-launch some DRM. This is something that's gonna fuck with the game's performance.
Yeah.
This would be cool. I think people are gonna be really keen to this. It just makes you wonder, like, who are these like fucking people disconnected from reality that work at these companies that approve things like this that are just like, that's good. I mean, we're talking about id and fucking Bethesda. Someone from one of those companies fucking decided that would be a good idea.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
it was a fantastic idea. Let's implement
it's ridiculous.
Right away.
I was going to ask, but I just feel like this is a hard question to answer, just because I know most of y'all don't really, like, pay attention to what DRM your game's running on or anything like that. I was going to ask, just in case someone has something to pipe up on, if you've ever had something in your game get added in post that just totally fucking ruined it for you.
I can't think of anything off the top of my head. Pretty sure there's something.
There's got to be something.
Shitty balance patches.
Yeah, something like that, exactly, yeah. There's probably some sort of balance that got fucked up in your game before, yeah, something like that, exactly. Mel or John, do you guys even know what DRM stands for?
Negative, but I'm trying to think if anything's ever added post that, like, completely ruined the experience.
Good man.
Nothing comes to mind, honestly. But what is
Halo 5 came out, so there's that. It did ruin that series retroactively.
That's true.
Yeah, but Mal, have you ever had a game already be out and then they added something and you were like, why?
Not really. Yeah, I can't think of anything off the top of my head right now.
I was just thinking Leroy in Tekken 7.
Oh, classic. I know, it's a shame, such a cool character, goddammit. They better fix him.
Yeah, I haven't been paying attention, so I don't know if they fixed it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Tekken 7's still apparently pretty hype, unlike SF5. So, So there's that. Alright, other than that, we will catch you guys. Oh yeah, remember to check out FutureCon, again, on the time you're going to be hearing this tonight. So check your time zones, make sure all that shit's good. Go to Senpai Squad or Wenji's websites to check it out. It will be streaming on Wenji's YouTube, so make sure to check it out on there. That's where the primary stream is going to be. I'm sure other people will be streaming it in their own places. But check it out there. Again, all your donations, they're not making any money off of this. It is all for the COVID charities. So throw them a few bucks, check it out, buy some cool shit, and we will catch you guys next Monday and every Monday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. Well, actually, it's not Monday right now, so that's actually a really terrible point. We will catch you guys sometime in the next week or so, and until then, we will catch you guys then. See ya!
Bye.
Bye!